So, Sylvester Stallone is they're trying to cancel Sylvester Stallone, alleging that he mocked ugly actors. This has outrightly been denied by everyone, basically. Not only that, it's come out that I think they specifically requested certain people as well. It was denied. That like random has just turned up. They were also trying to recreate scenes from the last season. So it's actually really important that they get the same looking people for the background. But they're trying to cancel Sylvester Stallone. It's not going to work. Yeah. He's renowned as one of the nicest guys in Hollywood. He also does not care about any of this crap either. He's not interested, and that's about it, really. A lot of it's quite like controversy for controversy's sake, and a bit of a non-troversy. It's like a non-story, and I wouldn't even be talking about it realistically. But you have to address this because otherwise, you know, the noise just sort of drowns out, you know, all the normal people going, this is absurd. This is just clearly nonsense. So, what do you reckon, Andre? Let's get your thoughts first, mate.
Certainly. I've already spoken about this in our stream yesterday in the video we put out, but I think you nailed it already. This is an attempt to try to cancel Stallone and, more importantly, the series Tulsa King. Because when you look at the background of what's going on here, they're trying to frame this as it's a toxic set. That's the recurring description. And this is something that comes straight from this casting lady who went into these closed Facebook groups and repeated it all over again. Toxic set, toxic set. If anyone have any stories, please come forward so we can report them to HR and also take screenshots and share them online and get all of the trades in on it and call TMC and give some tips there and everything. And that's kind of like what's going on here. Trying to further this narrative that there's this toxic set. But in reality, the only discussion is of this one episode that they're talking about here. And opinions are divided on how bad it really was. And as my friend and co-host Tom even points out, there's even some people who were there who claim that Stallone didn't say anything at all.
Well, yeah, there's people backing him up saying how nice he is. And we have this here from the director. It says, yet Zisk, the episode's director and executive producer, denies the reports to TMZ, saying that the extras were improperly cast, which is what we said, as at the start. Zisk claims he told Locke the extras were supposed to be young and hip, but the background actors who showed up were older. And Zisk said he used the actors for the scene anyway, and that they were polite, did their jobs, but afterwards told Locke she'd need to submit photos of actors moving forward, leading to a dispute. That's the way I work, and everyone I know works that way in extras castings, this reportedly told her, which is important if you're trying to recreate a bloody scene. Like, it's important. And it says, in addition, other background actors who claim they were at the shoot say they didn't observe anything unusual. I observed nothing out of the ordinary, nothing different than any other background acting experiences I've been involved in. I noticed nothing out of the ordinary on set, another added. One of the directors was a bit feisty with his let's be quiet or keep it down so we can work. Yet I have heard that on every set, not a big deal. And a third says, there were some remarks made that I personally heard things could have been handled more tactfully, but it's their show. And that is probably related to, hey, you need to send me, these are the wrong people. You needed to send young and hip people. Because Hollywood Reporter even says, a source close to the show said that they only recently became aware of the claims and are looking into it and pride themselves on a fair, respectful workplace. Also, they were creatively trying to recreate and ensure that they match scenes from the last season. So it's really important. The casting in that element is the most paramount, because otherwise, like, can you imagine you're supposed to recreate a scene from one season to the next? Like, first season is this young blonde girl behind Sylvester Stallone. They try and recreate the scene, and it's a fat, balding guy with a cane. You'd be like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you doing?" Do you know what I mean? That's just nonsense.
Absolutely, and more than that, is it appropriate for the scene in the first place? It's like two sides to it. One, if they really were trying to recreate the scenes, which I do not dispute. I just haven't read that myself. But there it is. I stand corrected.
It says it right there.
Yeah, I stand corrected. Yeah, that makes it extra important. But even so, even if it is a setting, even if it's a setting where you wouldn't normally have fat old guys on cane that probably are and look poor, if that's not what needed, like a character like Stallone's
Yeah.
unlikely to be in the same kind of locations as fat old people on canes. That's unlikely to happen. It breaks the illusion. So here then you have a casting director who hasn't presented headshots, who has been told that we need these kind of people, and instead she basically gets these DEI candidates, like
Yeah.
retards and cripples and ugly people, and so don't want to offend, but it's not what they're looking for. As someone said in a comment in Deadline Hollywood, that Stallone isn't going to stand for some old cripple in the background unless he intends to use it for the scene. And obviously.
Yeah, like why? Like, yeah. I mean, he's old school. He's old school Hollywood. He's not like, and he's just a normal bloke. So he's going to look at this stuff and just go, "Oh God, like, what are you doing? What? This is just nonsense." Yeah.
This isn't the first time they've tried. Yeah, this isn't the first time they've tried to cancel Stallone. I mean, remember back a year ago, they went after him over some Trump stuff, and they've. I mean, you got this covered, giant freaking robot, Mary Sue, all these knuckleheads going rolling at him almost exactly a year ago, by the way. And and before that, I mean, it seems like an annual event to try to get him canceled because he's able to make quality entertainment in and avoiding a lot of this modernity garbage, which is obviously what some of this was, and look, I mean, the exemplars in the Deadline article, if you take a look at that, you got the picture of the guy that I was unfairly singled out, and all this other stuff that is involved in this coverage. But I think Andre got it right. I think Tom got it right. I think you got it right, Mr. H. I don't know. Did Nick get it right?
I haven't heard Nick's opinion yet, mate.
Yeah. I haven't spoken on it yet.
You should.
Well, let's get your thoughts then.
But no, I agree with what all you guys are saying. And the thing is, Stallone, he's been around for so long, and he's just not that kind of guy that buys into this
real life recreation.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, he's not one of those people that goes along with this whole Hollywood woke, modern day, pronouns and all that sort of stuff. I mean, we saw it in Tulsa King, in that clip where he's talking about basically, that's his character in Tulsa King talking about all this, but that's him in real life also. He feels the same way,
That's the secret of all of Stallone's characters.
Yeah. And so people hate him. People on that side hate him for it, and they're going to do whatever they can to try to cancel him. But it's going to be hard to cancel him because he doesn't ever do anything wrong, really. He would really have to do something pretty jacked up. And Tulsa King just got rave reviews. Great show. I mean, they're not going to get rid of him and just stop doing the show just because of some rumor that everybody's already debunked.
It's one of the only things which was watchable on Paramount Plus, isn't it? So they're not going to suddenly just get rid of it because there's some lunatics going, "Oh, he's not very nice." Who cares? Fuck off.
Yellowstone was on there too. It was watchable.
Yeah, and I'm saying one of the they don't exactly have a lot of stuff, although they've got Knuckles as well coming out, the Sonic spin-off, which will be interesting.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think I mean,
Idris Elba's Knuckles in that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Always just weird casting, you ask me, but
it worked.